Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. I've mentioned to you before Ted Williams. He's probably the greatest hitter of all time in Major League Baseball. The last player to hit over 400 in a season. In 1941, I think it was. So it's been over 70, 80 years since someone has done that. It's an amazing feat when you think about it, if you know something about the game. And what made Williams such a great hitter is that he said that when he was in the groove, he could actually see the rotation of the ball through the stitching as it left the pitcher's hand and came towards him, which meant that in his perception, he was seeing the ball coming at him in a kind of slow motion. And it allowed him not only to have more time to get ready, but he could see the way the stitching was moving. He could tell what kind of pitch it was, and made him, of course, a much better hitter. You know, like a lot of hitters in Major League Baseball struggle to hit because they don't know what kind of pitch is coming at them. But Williams, by looking at the rotation of the stitching, knew what type of pitch he was often facing. And it got me thinking about how that ability to be able to slow life down that way would have such a great impact on other spheres of our daily life. And I was talking to someone recently, a couple people actually, and they were complaining about their life, and they had reasons to complain. They were having some really hard things going on in their life. And they were like the pitcher who had a ball go by them, and so fast that they didn't have a chance to swing at the ball. Or maybe they got struck out before they even really knew what was happening. Because I never heard these two people talk about any personal responsibility in what was going on in their life. So they were, in some sense, being pitched at and striking out because of it. But if they could slow life down, it seems to me, in some important way, they would have a greater chance to be able to hit the ball that was coming at them and to see how the stitching and the motion of life was advancing on them. We are in the moment of personal crisis and failure, difficulty, so challenged to find personal responsibility in the moment. It's so much easier to blame the umpire or to blame the equipment we've been given or to blame this or to blame that, kind of smash our bat on the ground as we go back to the dugout because we've just got struck out again. Sometimes when we get into that blaming routine, though, we actually speed life up even more than it is. And it makes it the next at-bat, in a sense, even harder for us. And so it seems, again, we'd be so blessed to be able to do what Ted Williams does in baseball in life for ourselves, slow things down some. A lot of the challenges that we face in life are speed related. They talk about teenagers' impulse control, which is really about being able to slow life down. A good kid makes a bad decision, usually in haste. Spouses get into an argument with each other, and that speeds life up in some powerful ways, and they end up saying things to each other they wouldn't otherwise say because in the moment of the conflict, life is sped up for them. What would we be able to accomplish in life if we could just slow it down? But how to do that? How to become the Ted Williams of everyday life? How to be able to slow the experiences and events of our lives down to a point where we can actually see the rotation of that event and figure out where it's coming from and where it's going. And it seems to me one of the basic steps forward in being able to slow life down is to live present to the moment, to live in this moment. Because it's the only moment we really have. This moment is the only place we really exist in the world. There really isn't a future. A future is a conceptual idea, but it only is experienced as it comes into this moment. And there is really no past. Even when we think about the past, it's always found in this moment. And Jesus was once asked, when's the kingdom of God coming? What will it look like? And he said, it's not something that's going to happen over there or over here. It's not something that's going to happen in time. It's already in and amongst us. The kingdom of God is in and around us now. Because it's found in the holy moment that we all exist in. It's this moment where the kingdom of God is found. And if we could slow life down, slow it down to its most profound level, we would experience the kingdom in its fullness. And we would see one another as we really are. And we would see the creation that God has made for us, not the projections of our own sped up world. The invitation Jesus gives to us is to slow life down in this moment and begin to see again.